Good morning, students. Myself Shilpa Shah from ITISD department, and we are going to continue with the lecture series of satellite communication and networking. In the last session, we have discussed about the unit 8, that is the space link. In that, we have discussed about the basic transmission theory and what is the uplink budget and basic definitions related to space link. Right now, in today's session, we are going to discuss that is the example based on the previous sessions, then carrier to noise ratio, then link budget equation for the uplink as well as for the downlink. Right. So let's start with the topics. Now, first example 1 it states that a satellite downlink at 12 gigahertz operates with the transmit power PT at 6 volt and an antenna of diameter 3 meter and efficiency 0.55. Calculate EIRP. Right. So in this questions we have given the frequency, we have given the diameter, we have given the transmitted power, and we have given the efficiency, and we need to calculate EIRP. Now, as we have discussed in the previous session, that EIRP is the nothing but the product of transmitted power and the gain of the transmitting antenna. So here what we will do is, first we will find the gain of transmitting antenna, right? As we all know that for the satellite communication, the earth station is nothing but the parabolic dish antenna. So the gain equation for the parabolic dish antenna is given as eta 10.472 F into D capital D whole square, right? Where eta stands for the efficiency, F stands for the frequency, and D stands for the diameter. In this particular equation, F is in the gigahertz only and D is in diameter only, right? So substitute the values. Here efficiency is eta, that is given as 0.55, frequency is given as 12 gigahertz, and diameter is given as 3 megahertz. So substitute the given values in this given equation. So after substituting the value, you will get the value that is 78.168, right? So that is the gain. Now, as we know that we need to calculate EIRP. So in the space link, whenever we need to calculate the power received or power transmitted or the losses in terms of satellite communication, we always calculate in terms of decibels, right? So whenever we want to whenever we want to calculate in decibels, what we need to do is we need to take the 10 log on both the sides and we need to apply the rules of the logarithmic, right? So as we know that EIRP, that is equal to PT into GT. So whenever we calculate the EIRP in terms of decibels, then EIRP in square bracket, that will be equal to PT in square bracket plus GT in square bracket. So first of all, we will calculate both the values, that is PT and GT, what we have get in different equations into the decibel form. So when we calculate the G, so G is 10 log and the answer is 78.168. So after the converting into decibels, we get the value of G, that is 48.90. And similarly, while converting 6 watt power into decibels, it is 10 log 6 watt. So it will got total, and whenever we will add these both values, we will get the value that is EIRP equal to 56.7 dB. Right? So this is EIRP, and this is how we calculate the decibel value in the space link. Now, next, that is the example 2. So in example 2, it has been stated that find LP. LP, that is the path loss. For an uplink operating at a 6 gigahertz with the distance R is equal to 42,000 kilometer, if the ES earth station EIRP is 120 dBW, what will be the received power in dBm? So first of all, we need to find the path loss in the equation as has been given. So the equation for the path loss, which we have discussed in the last session in the basic transmission theory. So path loss is nothing but equal to 4 pi r divided by lambda whole square, where r is the distance and lambda is the wavelength. So here we have given the frequency f. So frequency, from the frequency we will find the lambda, that is lambda is equal to c by f, right? And after finding the lambda, we will substitute the value in 4 pi r by lambda whole square equation, where r is 42,000 kilometer. So 42,000 into 10 raised to 3 meter, right? So while calculating this and converting it into again decibel form, right? So LP will be equal to 92.4 plus 10 log 42,000 plus 20 log 6. So whenever we will calculate this value, right? So we will get the path loss that is equal to 200.4 dB. So this much loss will occur due to the free space. Right? Now we will need to calculate that is the power, received power. So received power is nothing but EIRP minus the loss. Right? So EIRP has been given in dB, that is 120, minus loss, that is minus 200. Right? So it will be equal to minus 80 dBW. Right? And when we convert this 80 minus 80 dBW into milliwatt, we will get the minus 110.4 dBm. Right? So this is how we will calculate the received power as well as the path loss for the given quantities in the question. Right? Now, next, that is the example 3. So example 3 stands for an antenna has a noise temperature of 35 Kelvin and is matched into a receiver. So here the noise temperature has been given to us, which is 35 Kelvin, and it is matched with a receiver where receiver temperature is 100 Kelvin. So calculate the noise density, that is power noise density, right, which is NO, and noise power, which is PN, with the bandwidth of 36 megahertz. So from the equation of last, we have discussed about the noise temperature and noise power. So noise power density, that is nothing but the noise power divided by bandwidth. So KTB divided by B, so it will be equal to KT. Now K, as we know, it's a Boltzmann constant, so 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23, and the temperature, the total temperature is 35 Kelvin plus 100 Kelvin, right? So when we can calculate this value, we will get the noise power density as 1.86 into 10 raised to minus 21 joule, right? Now next we want to find that is the noise power. So noise power is nothing but KTB, right? So KT is nothing but the noise density, which we have find in the first step. So 1.86 into 10 raised to minus 21 and multiply with the bandwidth, that is 36 into 10 raised to 6 megahertz. So we will get 0.067 picowatt. Right? So this much power, noise power will occur in the receiver due to this antenna. Clear? So this is how we will calculate the example based on the noise temperature given and the noise temperature given and the bandwidth given, so we can find the noise power and the noise power density. Now next, that is example 4. So example 4 has been given to convert NF, that is noise figure, of 4 and 4.1 dB to TE with K is equal to 300 Kelvin. So here we have given the noise figure in terms of dB. So first we will convert, right? We need to substitute, find the value of T in with respect to N is equal to NF is equal to 4 and NF is equal to 4.1. So first, whenever we need to find the equation, so TE is equal to K into NF minus 1, where NF is in without decibels. So here first of all we will convert the value from decibels to the simple value. So whenever we need to convert this value from decibel to simple value, we need to take the number which has been given, that is divide by 10 and then 10 raised to 4. So 4 dB, so 4 divided by 10, 0.4 and 10 raised to 0.4. So the F will be equal to 2.512. Similarly, for 4.1 dB, the F will be equal to 2.57. Now substitute this F value in this TE equation. So you will get two temperature, equivalent temperature. First, that is for 4 dB. So 300 into 2.512 minus 1. So it will be equal to 453.6 Kelvin. And when the NF is equal to 4.1 dB, that is 2.57 in simple. So the equivalent temperature will be equal to 300 into bracket 2.57 minus 1. So it will be equal to 471 Kelvin. Right? So this is how we will calculate equivalent noise temperature from the equation. If noise figure or noise factor is given to us. So next topic we are going to cover, that is the carrier to noise ratio, which is C by N. Right? Now carrier to noise ratio, that is the carrier power divided by noise power. Now as we have discussed in the starting of this chapter, that the carrier power for this particular satellite communication, that is nothing but the received power which we received at the end of the communication, right, at the end of the link. Right? And noise power we have discussed, that is KT Bn. So when we talk about the carrier to noise ratio, so carrier to noise ratio, that is nothing but carrier power divided by noise power, which is received power divided by KT dm. Similarly, when we take account into N0, that is the noise spectral density, that is nothing but power, noise power divided by bandwidth. So that is equal to C by N0, which is C by KT. So when we describe this in decibels, so C in decibel, that is in square bracket, minus K minus T, right? So that is C minus N0, right? Similarly, second parameter that is related with the space link, that is the gain to equivalent noise temperature ratio, that is G by T. So whenever we will calculate the response at the receiver side, right? So at that particular duration, we are measuring the G by T ratio. Now, G by T ratio is nothing but G of antenna, that is gain of antenna, plus gain of LNA, that is the gain of amplifier, divided by the equivalent temperature. So when we define this into a equivalent format, that is in decibel format, so it will be equal to G plus G of antenna plus G of LNA minus T, that is equivalent temperature, right? Now, next, that is the link budget. So as we have discussed, that link budget is nothing but the calculation of received power when we calculate either on the uplink side or the downlink side. So if we taking account satellite into the consideration, then the free space spreading, that is FSP, should be taken into the consideration. Similarly, the second type of loss, that is the antenna misalignment loss, where the two antennas, that is for the satellite transmitter as well as receiver, when they do not point out each other towards each other, at that particular time, antenna misalignment loss, which is denoted by AML, can occur, right? And again, whenever they are transmitting the signals in the free space transmission, then due to losses due to atmosphere also occurs, which is denoted by the A. So when we talk about the total losses occurs in the satellite link, the total losses will be equal to FSL, that is the free space loss, plus RFL, that is the receiver feeder loss when the signal received at the receiver side, and then AML, that is the antenna misalignment loss, then AA, that is atmospheric absorption, and PL, that is the polarization loss which occurs in the ionosphere. Now, so where RFL stands for the receiver feeder loss, and they are measured in the dB. Then PL stands for the polarization mismatch loss due to the ionosphere, right? So after adding this losses to this transmitted equation, we will get the PR, that is the received power, that is equal to EIRP, which is the product of transmitted power and the gain of transmitting antenna, plus GR, that is the gain of receiving antenna, plus losses, right? Here losses will be in terms of negative. So basically when we see the examples related to this link budget, we will find that all the losses which will get, that will be equal to negative. So the losses will be finally subtracted from the transmitted power, right? So this is how we can find the received power with the help of this equation. Now we will do the uplink budget equation and downlink budget equation differentially. Now, first, when we talk about the uplink equation, so what does the uplink means? So the transmitter at the earth station will work as a transmitter and the satellite will work as a receiver. So that particular link followed by from the earth station to the receiver satellite and satellite receiver, that is called as uplink, right? And the frequency at which we can transmit, that is called as uplink frequency. So we will find the value. So there are two types of link budget calculation since they linked namely as uplink and downlink, right? So we will first calculate the uplink equation. So when we calculate this uplink equation, we are generally carrying out or equation in terms of C by N ratio. So as you can see on the screen, that is C by N ratio, and the suffix U has been placed so that the equation can be noted for the uplink. So that is equal to EIRP, again at the suffix U, plus G by T ratio of uplink minus losses and minus K. K, that is nothing but the Boltzmann constant, right? So C by N0, that is given with the help of this equation, where C by N0 is carrier to noise density ratio and G by T, that is the gain to equivalent temperature ratio at the satellite receiver, right? And when we talk about the C by N that is carrier to noise ratio, then in this particular equation of C by N0, bandwidth will be subtracted from this equation. Right? So when we will subtract the bandwidth from this equation, we will get the C by N, that is carrier to noise ratio. And if bandwidth is eliminated, then we will get carrier to noise density ratio. Right? Now, here losses represent the satellite feeder loss. This losses depends upon the frequency taken into the consideration. Right? And here we will use the subscript notation U, capital U, which represents the uplink phenomenon. Now, as you can see in the figure, right, at the transmitter side, you can see the earth station. Earth station will have the three types of power. First, that is the power, transmitter power, which is connected with the gain of antenna, and the losses of this feeder TFL, which is transmitter feeder loss, will be subtracted from this transmitter side. Now, various losses will occur in the free space, that is the antenna misalignment loss, polarization loss, atmospheric absorption, and FSL. So due to this, these losses will also be calculated differently and will be subtracted from the transmitted power. Then at the end, the gain of receiving antenna, when you reach at the satellite, so gain of receiving antenna will be added to that particular equation, and the receiver feeder loss, which is RFL, that will be subtracted again from this values. Right? So finally we will get the PR, that is the received power, from this equation. Similarly, we will see the downlink equation. So downlink equations, it is same as the uplink equation, only the difference is here the suffix D has been replaced with the here the suffix is D, which has been represented as the equation is for the downlink. And the opposite phenomena will happen such that the satellite will work as a transmitter now, and the earth station will work as a receiver now. Right? So as you can see on the screen, the final equation which we get from this, that is C by N0, that is carrier to noise ratio at downlink, that is nothing but equal to EIRP at downlink plus D by T of downlink minus losses at downlink and minus K. Right? And if we consider carrier to noise ratio, then this bandwidth will be subtracted from this equation. Right? So this is how we can calculate this carrier to noise ratio while adding this, while subtracting this bandwidth from this equation. Right? So that's all for today's session. Here we have discussed about the basic equations in the whole space link equations, that is uplink equation and downlink equation differently. In the next section, we are going to cover the whole satellite link, that is combined uplink and downlink C by N ratio, and we will see the theory related to it. Right? So that's all for today's session. We will meet again. Thank you for watching.